In today's video, we are looking at two brand new products from EcoFlow, and these ones are particularly interesting because they were created directly from customer feedback, including some complaints. The first is the all-new ECOFLOW Glacier Classic. Now, this is a portable refrigerator, but it is very unique. Additionally, we'll be looking at the EcoFlow Wave 3. Now, this was already an existing product, but they have enhanced it with additional power and features that I will be showing you in this video. I'll also be doing some real-world installations later this season when I finally reveal my cabin build. The Glacier they sent me for review is this 35-liter version, but it also comes in a 45 and a 50-liter version as well. All three models can be set up as either a refrigerator or a freezer. Now, the 35-liter is just a single zone, but the larger models can be operated as dual zone. All three models can be powered directly from AC power, but you've got an alternative. You can also purchase the internal battery. This is a 298 watt-hour battery, but you can also use this independently. You could even charge something like a cell phone using the built-in USB-C port, and this is essentially a portable power bank. But the true game-changing feature of this model is the efficiency. Using that single internal battery, this refrigerator can operate for up to 43 hours. That's nearly 2 days on just a single charge. And this thing isn't using some sort of Peltier plate, it is using a real compressor inside, meaning it's a true refrigerator which will give you the best cooling. EcoFlow still sells that full Glacier model. That one includes an ice maker and it is pretty expensive. So this Classic addresses a lot of people who just don't need those extra features and just want dependable cooling. It's got an internal food tray or cage that you can remove along with a drain plug and built-in LED lighting. But one feature on this you won't find on other models is the app control. Now, many people don't want to use the app at all, and I don't really understand that, but if you want to be off-grid, never connect to the internet, you don't have to be. You can simply use the built-in control panel, and all of the functions can be run from here. If you want to use the app, you can. You can directly connect to it, turn it off and on, change the temperature settings, and even set alarms. The build quality on the Glacier Classic is really exceptional. These handles are super thick and sturdy, and you can recharge this thing in just 3 hours using the AC outlet, or charge it directly with a solar panel. You can also use the USB-C port on the battery in a bidirectional mode, and additionally, of course, you can use the included car cigarette lighter adapter. And all three models feature this dual hinged lid, meaning you can get at the cooler from whatever side you happen to be standing on. To test out the cooling, I set the thermostat down to -4 degrees Fahrenheit. I then inserted a thermometer inside. Now, normally in a fridge, you don't really want to run them empty, but this was just a basic test to see if the temperature display was even remotely accurate. And the cooling performance is incredibly fast. On this model, you can go from basically room temperature down to 32 degrees Fahrenheit in just about 20 minutes. That is really quick. I did this test twice, once set at 0 degrees Fahrenheit, and my thermometer showed about 1.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, this is not a laboratory grade fridge, so I would definitely say that's accurate enough to give me confidence that it is going to keep your food very cold. While it's recharging or operating, it is also super quiet. You can just barely hear the fan running. There was no rattling or any weird noises that would bother you if you had this thing installed near a bed. And remember, you don't have to buy that battery. If you want to leave it just plugged in all the time, you can, and you can save the cost of the battery, but that can be an option you can decide on at purchase or later. Now for the next product that EcoFlow released today, this is the Wave 3. Now, the Wave has been super successful because it is the world's smallest portable air conditioner with the most output. But just like a real heat pump, because it is one, it can also operate in a heating mode. So you can get heating or air conditioning, but now with the Wave 3, they've actually increased the amount of output, and it can be operated directly via AC power, or you can use this quick attach battery. This is a 1000 watt-hour battery that can completely run the unit. Now, if you're in cooling mode, this single battery can run it for about 8 hours. That means you can get through a night's sleep, whether you're using this in a place like a tent, a boat, or anywhere that you want to be more comfortable. Now, you do need to install this to a degree, meaning you've got to connect a few hoses along with a drain hose. Now, your installation could vary, and I will link my Wave 2 video where I showed a number of installations. And just like the Glacier, you can operate this thing completely from the built-in control panel, or you can use the free app, and they have greatly enhanced that app. Some key differences with this model is that you can charge the battery via that single AC power cord. You can operate the unit and charge the battery simultaneously. Just like the Glacier, you can also use that battery to run things like cell phones, and you're probably not going to buy this for that function, but it is handy if you've got this sitting next to your bed. You can just simply run a phone or even a small laptop. And staring at an air conditioner doesn't really matter. How does it actually perform? Well, fortunately, they have boosted all of the performance ratings. This model is now able to output 6,100 BTUs in cooling mode, and additionally, it can operate in heating mode up to 6,800 BTUs. The app's also got a pretty clever feature called Pet Care. Now, tons of people buy these things to take care of their pet, whether they're in an RV or a place like a tent or just a small room. But using this pet function allows you to set kind of a high limit. You know that if your space gets, say, over 78 degrees, that the Wave 3 will kick on, hopefully keeping your pet safe and comfortable. This is the original Wave that I reviewed almost 4 years ago. It's hard to believe that that thing has shrunk down into a unit this size with almost twice the output. Now, all air conditioners do require some maintenance, but they have made it very easy. Both ends of this unit have a removable grill. There's no filters to buy. You can just simply rinse them off occasionally. The condensate line now also features an alarm. The old model didn't have that. So now if you don't connect that hose and the internal tank fills up to capacity, it will simply shut the unit off and notify you via the app. So that's the first look at both of these devices. Now, there are some special pricing and options going on. I've put a link in the description, and if you have any questions, please leave me a comment below. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the Silver Symbol channel for more videos coming up.